I have a plan that will give both of us what we want.
Uncle, Chaos Lord Inari, stand back. This is my fight.
I didn't come here to fight you, big brother. I have much bigger fish to fry, and you're not on the menu. Not yet.
Who the hell was that?
My brother, Taurus, the darkness.
Leviticus said that the guy that showed up here was your son. I need an explanation.
Yes, he is. His name is Taurus. He was possessed by the Dark Zealey.
What? Hold on, wait. Dark Zealey? Inari. Why am I just hearing about this?
I didn't have any idea either, my lord. Only Zelker would know anything about that.
She is correct. It would be prudent to assume that Peleus didn't tell anyone about the situation, being as he likely already had a plan.
Regardless of his plan, I'd like to think we'd need to know if there was some evil guy out there with the power to destroy universes if he wipes his nose.
Uncle, please calm down. That's getting us nowhere. Father taught me all he knew about him. Don't forget, he's part immortal and Derulian. So being possessed with the power of some of the strongest Zealey to ever exist, he is beyond all of us combined.
So you're saying that all of that energy I felt from you when we fought Dega as a scion isn't enough to take him on?
No, it isn't.
Pardon my language, but son of a bitch.
Lord Telrun, you're forgetting something.
Finx, what are you doing there?
I'm the second strongest of the ancients. And what you and your small party here do not know is that your father and myself have had a run-in with the darkness and survived.
Impossible.
No, Oracle, not impossible. There has been a lot of our history lost or omitted. The Derulians are not of Geoda but the planet Deru. Over 3 millennia ago, that very darkness, as a test of his power, destroyed every planet in the star system around Deru during a political conference being held there. This caused a war among us. He watched as my brother Gorham did some of the most devious things one could do, but that's another story. We faced the darkness then, and he was powerful, but beatable.
What? He was here before?
Yes, and his power was beyond us then, but not now.
How?
The bloodlust. Even though it was Aldis' attempt at trying to take Peleus' place, that very power alone was more than enough to make us greater as a people and as warriors. As I told you, Lord Telrun, Falcor mastered the bloodlust and he named his level of power Dark Fury. However, my power is 10 times his.
That's a pretty big claim. Show us.
power is tremendous, but it's still not enough.
How you know that?
I've mastered the bloodlust and exceeded what he says about this Falcor guy. I won't say I'm stronger than he is, but his power isn't enough against my brother. Wait, what? The pressure of this energy is too much.
His power is unexplainable.
This is zero level power. How is it possible for a Derulian?
The bloodlust. It must have been designed with Aldis' essence. That's the only way I can see him being able to drain energy from anyone that was tainted with it, and then being clueless about it.
You would be correct, Chaos Lord. At first look, one would think that the bloodlust was a simple power boost with the possibility of insanity. However, with further examination, you get this. Allowing the essence of the Zeali to fuse with ours completely.
The Immortal Council has chosen Leviticus to defeat his brother. Can you teach him how to reach this level of power?
That's why I'm here. Great nephew, when I'm done with you, you're going to be one of the most powerful Derulians to have ever lived.
I'll go with you.
You don't know, do you, Telron? That jewel on your belt is more than just a bright gem. It's an incubator. It takes what you have and multiplies it, then gives it back. You've been so occupied that you've overlooked it. But I can see your father didn't tell you or Dega about it. That's the reason why we wanted the lordship. The gem's origin is unknown, and it really doesn't matter, because its passive ability makes the wearer far more powerful than they once were. In your case, the training that I'm going to give Leviticus isn't going to add to you because you've already completed it.
What? You're telling me that Leviticus's overall power is greater than mine even if I use this gem?
Yes. Why do you think he was in the original opening credits?
Mother, please stay safe.
I will, son. Tars is your brother, but...
You don't have to say it, Mother. I will not second guess what I have to do.
No need for alarm, Chaos Lord. I'm not here to harm you. How have I come to be here? Who are you? Questions. You don't remember me? Fine. I am called Tars, son of Immortal Yame and Derulian Dega. You may know me as the Darkness. It was you that brought me here? Yes. I watched as you and that abomination battled. I am curious. Why didn't you finish him? If you were watching, you must have seen he was far more powerful. Untrue. There is a dormant power lying deep inside of you, Chaos Lord. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I placed it there. Through the mark of the Zodiac Rim. I planted a small seed of my power and knowledge inside of you, Chaos Lord. Blasphemy! I accept none of what you say. That means nothing in the face of the truth of the Telusian. It means as much as a squashed bug under boot. You are mine. To resist is futile and a waste of time. I will stand against you. You were saying, my lord. I endow you with the power of a demigod. You are no longer Chaos Lord Zelker. You are now an Orage, god of souls. Orage Zelker, go and torment the very souls that follow the one above all.
Lord Aldis, allow me. Welcome to the full power of Celestial Derulian, Resh. A moment, demigod. Give me your ear. I do not need him for my plans. You can have him.
What are they doing? No. Father, it has been done.
Keep it. Absorb it. Another issue is at hand.
What is it, Father?
The darkness has risen.
I will.
No, you cannot. Your power is sufficient enough to battle that level of celestial energy. He is the culmination of well over 1,000 Zeeli, not to mention the Dark Elders.
Are you saying you're going to destroy him yourself?
No. If I step into another altercation among the mortal realms, it will be undone. What do you think Rakilda and Aldis were trying to get me to do? If I battled them, everything would have come apart. Like the Dark Elders, they despise my creation without reason, purely out of spite. This is why I created the Mystics, Uanasa, the Chaos Lords, and now the Zalon. My power, as you know, is called Truth. To use it in a universe filled with varying degrees of good and evil, it will seek to find balance. Sadly, there is none to be had. Even among those that do good, there is evil. The short of it, all will be undone if I use truth for a prolonged amount of time. I have to leave this up to those I endow with power.
I understand, Father. I will do as you ask without hesitation to defeat this darkness and preserve all of creation.
Power up.
Sufficient. But there is something missing. You seem to be holding back. Not at all. Ah, I see. The training your father gave you was limited. I'd supposed that couldn't be helped after my brother killed himself in an attempt to banish me and the others. Maintain this level of energy. Search its depths. Allow yourself to see how it is woven within you. Once you see its true essence, embrace the rage at its core. Let it fill you completely. Do not resist. Unleash it. This is overwhelming, but combined with my immortal power, this is more than enough to battle my brother. Not yet. Before you ask, I will explain. The darkness has power nearly on par with Peleus's. Your present power is enough to slow him down, but not kill him. My mind on this matter was that we trapped him again, but this time in the Barrens of the Zeeli. And which of us is supposed to send him there? None of us are Zeeli. The Oracle is a Zeeli disguising herself as an immortal. Are you telling me that you couldn't tell the difference in her essence and your mother's? I never really paid it any attention. You think she's strong enough to do that? I can see one of the mystics or a demigod being able to. I don't mean to make it seem as if she's not strong, but to send someone to the Barrens?
You're right, but lacking in knowledge. Jasari was one of the elders of the Zeeli, and a powerful one at that. Remember, for several millennia she's been disguised as the Oracle of the Immortals, and no one has been none the wiser. She is likely more than capable of banishing someone to the Barrens.
That means she has to be there when I wear Tar's Dial.
You've got it.
Wait, if the Dark Elders that possessed him are as smart as the Zeeli seem to be, you don't think he's thought of that?
It's likely, very likely. That means we better have our plan as airtight as possible. I've got a feeling that we may see him sometime soon. I'll assume you can hear me, Bounty Hunter. Call your boss and tell her I wish to see her. I've got a proposition for her. If you refuse, I will kill you and all of your associates.
What is it? I'm about to eat.
Lady Renoir, I was just paid a visit by Zilker.
I don't care, Drummond. I want nothing to do with that man.
He left a message. He said he wanted to see you, and if I didn't tell you, that he'd kill me and anyone associated with me.
I'd figured your puppet would call, leading me directly to you.
What is it that you want?
Oh, I'm not here to kill you. At least not for now. I am here on behalf of the darkness.
Darkness? That's just a myth.
He needs warriors. Peleus has his own, and the darkness knows that Peleus will not come to him directly. The darkness wants his own army to battle Peleus's. Yes, he could just end Peleus's warriors, but he's got a plan for all creation. It's not what the stories or even the Zeeli have believed it to be.
I'm a smuggler. Where do I fit into this?
And a rogue, but you will be one of his generals.
Like you?
No, not like me, but a general nonetheless.
I accept. When do I start?
Now. Renoir Resh, do you know who I am? Good. You've been a thief and a reject all of your life. You will now be a part of something greater. No longer will you be Renoir the Rogue, but Arage Renoir, a demigod. Though I will give you this power, you will answer to Zelker as the Grand General. Do not disobey him, or I will destroy you myself.
You have my word that I will stand with you and Arage Zelker. I wonder what he's planned. I've been thinking the same thing.
When all the feuding began, the faction calling themselves the Dark Ones wanted to destroy the royal family and anything associated with them. They had no real reason, because the royal family didn't rule over the Zeeli with an iron rod. It was until Peleus came into power did the royals decide to silence the Dark Ones. They took his decree as an attack.
What was his decree?
That no one could speak ill of the royal family or the creation as it was. The Dark Ones were fanatics and thought that the creation would be powerful enough someday to rival the Zeeli.
Something happened that made him feel that way?
Yes, Goro. After all things were created, it was pretty quiet for thousands of years. But on planet Deru, factions arose and war began. The planet was destroyed. Sadly, the story that's been told about that day has been a lie. By the time of the wars, your father and his brothers were all adults and fought on behalf of your grandfather. What they didn't know was by this time an anomaly had appeared within one of the brothers. Just so happened, it was Gorm. He was killed on the battlefield. Your father and his brothers won the fight that had come against the family. Then it happened. Gorm came from above like a wraith and went after his brothers. Your grandfather jumped in. Gorm's attack killed his father. Garces went into a rage and went after Gorm. Gorm withstood everything thrown at him. He actually laughed. That's when they realized he couldn't die. Gorm shot into the sky, launching an orb of energy at the planet.
He destroyed our homeworld and came here wanting to do the same. So seeing that made the other Zeali scared because they thought if he was alive long enough, he could end up strong enough to kill them.
That's the run of it.
He's got a plan, and I think I like that less than him wanting to destroy everything. Because if his plans have changed, then what's to come of us if Peleus don't stop him is far worse than death.